Hey, hello and welcome everyone. I'm duckyobrien, and today I'll be covering a game called The Invincible. The Invincible was developed by Starward Industries. It was published by 11-bit Studios and was released onto the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S, X, and the PC on November 6, 2023 with the MSRP of $29.99. As always, the exact release date, pricing, and platforms may vary from region to region and platform to platform. I've noticed that on the Switch, the games are anywhere from $2 to $5 more expensive. PlayStation games release a day earlier, especially if it's from Japanese devs. But yeah, this is a not a visual novel. This is a walking sim based on a novel, and I'm enjoying it. I think it's really fun. It's not a game per se in that you're not really doing video gamey things. You're more immersed in the narrative. There's a lot of voice acted dialogue, which is great. So I'm not going to do a lot of talking while playing this. And yeah, I think it's fantastic. I think it's underrated. It's not for everybody, obviously, but I'm going to turn the audio back on. Lower the music volume just a tad more. And then let's do a new game. So the Dragonfly, a small research unit of the Interplanetary Commonwealth with the crew of 6, travels the distant regions of space. After visiting many worlds and exploring numerous planets, the research mission comes to an end. However, on their way home, there's one more task waiting for the crew. Despite the risk, astrogator Novik undertakes the extraction of a rare and extremely valuable mineral himself. Novik gets the mineral, but at the cost of a broken leg and immense pain. The astrogator's accident doesn't stop the crew from happily celebrating the end of the research cycle. It was a time of creating deep bonds and feeling unstoppable. Victorious, they set course home and go for a well-deserved rest in the hibernation chambers. Okay.
Where am I? My head. Marit? Anybody?
Okay, it's a little loud. Let me reduce the sounds volume and interface by a little bit. Okay.
Base, this is Dr. Yasna. I need backup. Base, come in. I have I'm showing disturbing symptoms. Brain fog, severe pain in the frontal lobe. Confusion. At first glance, there are no serious injuries. And yet, I'm quite concerned. I don't even know how I got here. Where here is. Backup needed, I repeat. Do you hear me? Oh, bollocks! I can't hear you anymore. My receiver worked for a moment, but now there's only silence. Damn it, I've lost my beacon. Where is it? I have 2 solid hectobars in the tank. That's enough for several hours. Like I thought. Nothing. I'm on my own. The beacon can't be detected either.
I love the aesthetic of this game. I love how, like...
There aren't many supplies, which would suggest a quick recce. Or was it just the end of the mission?
I love how janky everything looks.
Let's see if the past me hasn't failed the present me. And let's hope she took notes. Are we on Regis 3? Doesn't ring any bells. And my crew have no way to tell me. So I report that I have no recollection of this planet. The last thing I remember. Hang on. We've closed the research cycle. We were already in hibernation. Flying back. Is my blackout a side effect of metabolic depression? That would be bizarre. For some reason, our crew split into 2 groups. The first one set up camp. I wonder if I was with them. Or am I on my way there? Both groups landed in the same place. We took 2 landers to the surface. We don't usually do this. Maybe the first one broke. The first group explored the ocean with no biologist. It's weird. And the other one, just me, took a different route. Leading to... Right. I was heading straight to the camp. You must be somewhere near. I can't just wait here. I just need to get a sense of my surroundings. Landmarks. Well done, past me. You didn't disappoint after all. Oh, I sound like... I need to stop doing this. I'm looking for something that resembles a dog. That rope. I think it's mine. I'll try to retrieve it later. It might come in handy. A specific structure, which does not resemble any canine. I'm checking another object, which also doesn't match. Oh, focus. Bingo! I found the dog! We have the first one. I need one more. An object I called Needle. Right. It resembles the eye of a needle. I report that I have established my position. Time to hit the road.
How do I... Oh, it's W, alright.
I'm in a canyon, which doesn't make it easy to navigate. I hope the data's trustworthy and you're close by. Something on the tracker. I assume it's no one from the crew, so perhaps it's my beacon. Warm, Getting warmer. Got you. I found it. Look for me on your trackers. Huh. There's water on this desert planet. I found a way out of the valley, leading more or less towards the camp. The bottom's out of sight. Best not to overthink it. Oh, I can't go this way.
Doesn't it just look great? I love space games and space movies for some reason. Space anime.
I think I see our ship. You're not leaving without me, are you?
I think a valid...
Okay. Moving on.
I don't like talking over the voices, but I think a valid criticism someone might have is like, oh, it's too slow. Like, I'm walking too slow, I'm getting there too slow. But when you play the game, it's supposed to feel slow because the kind of the pacing feels like a very old school sci-fi. And those are usually a little bit slower. But I totally understand why someone might not want to play the game.
No time to lose.
I personally enjoyed the story though. I didn't beat it, so I don't know how it ends, but... This...
If this area is volcanically active, ash outbursts and extreme temperature changes may explain the extinction of local fauna and flora. But it's all just too idyllic. There's no dust in the air. The sky's clear, and the soil looks like laterite to me. Perhaps not highly fertile, but not entirely barren. On some planets, such storms last for several hundred days. I hope it's not one of them.
The vocabulary, who uses idyllic anymore? I've used that a few times here and there, but it's not commonly heard anymore. You can look at the map and you can see where you're going.
Time to go.
Is there anything down here? Oh, I can go this way? I don't remember. I think the game is pretty linear for the most part until you get to a point where you can choose different objectives. You have to do all of them, but you can choose the order.
Bright sun, the night in for my leg. I can already see the camp. Over 400 meters in a straight line. I see you. Can you hear me? I just need to get down from here. I can't get down this way, but I can secure the rope. Oh well. If it catches me, so be it. This suit will hold.
cut the rope. Neat.
Great. A route that won't break my neck. I hope. Okay. I'm at the bottom. Looks better from here. I'll be with you soon.
I saw something shiny down here. I'm just gonna check real quick. Oh. Well, I'm disappointed now.
Visibility could be better. Maybe I should wait. If the storm gets worse, I'll be cut off from you.
Game over. I'm kidding.
What happened? Where? I was heading to... Impossible. I'm much closer to my destination. I must have walked for some time. But... I don't remember it. Did I black out again?
Taking too many drugs, Yasna. Funny story though, I watched the movie The Martian.
Send Hopper closer to the camp. Find a place to land. I need to get back to Dragonfly as soon as possible. Go to the infirmary and do a full set of tests on myself.
There's a few things I actually missed in terms of interacting. You only get voice lines. I do believe there are some decisions you can make that impact the storyline. I think, judging from the achievements, I'm not entirely sure. So I would probably... Can you make multiple saves? You can't, unfortunate. I was gonna say save scum the game. Going back, I watched The Martian because I had a temporary gig translating at a convention, translating Korean to English, and my Korean, I can't speak it, so I don't know why they hired me. My English is really good, obviously, because I'm born and raised here, but like my Korean sucks. I understand it, but I can't speak it. So imagine the difficulty I had, like trying to translate into Korean when my Korean is not the best. Anyways, the dude I was working for, he brought his whole family, and you know, his daughter was there, and so we're in the same booth, and then we're chatting, and she was mentioning how like The Martian is one of her favorite movies, so I watched it. I was like, that's a pretty good movie. But nothing happened from it. Eventually she went back, and you know, never spoke to her ever again. It's funny how you remember random things as you get older, you know? Oh, one thing was she really likes Sudoku, so we would do
I remember
Sudoku
you.
problems together.
Regis' third satellite.
Astrogator, sir. Crew.
Dr. Gorski, right on time. Any updates?
We have a set of data from the near-surface probe.
Great. How's the activity?
0, 0, and 2.
So, less than nothing. Atmosphere?
Nitrogen, 78%. Argon, 2%. Carbon dioxide, 0. Methane, 4%. The rest is oxygen.
Wait, that's 16%. With oxygen concentration as such, there should be life. At least some microbes, and yet we have detected no traces.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Let's finish with the probe readings first. Air radioactivity?
It's virtually 0.
In a word, a paradise. No radioactivity, no endospores, no bacteria, no mold, no viruses, nothing.
Just the oxygen. If there are no living organisms on the continent, there shouldn't be this much of it.
What if life develops on some other continents here?
No, I doubt it. Insulation outside the equatorial zone is weak. You don't see how thick the polar ice caps were, Doctor. I can guarantee a minimum of 5 miles of ice sheet, potentially 6.
That's true. There's more chance of something in the ocean. Some seaweed, algae. But why didn't life migrate to the land?
Could be because of hard radiation.
I don't think so. According to the probe readings, the ground activity is exceptionally low for this part of the galaxy.
I wonder if some special kind of drought-intolerant evolution occurred here. That would at least explain some of the abnormalities.
Anyway, we'll have to take a look under the water. First, it would be good to know what time frame we're working with. Marit, do you have the geological analyses?
It's a bit too early for mature conclusions, but this planet looks old to me. Such a fossilized egg must be at least 6 billion years old. Besides, the sun has seen better days too. It's almost a red dwarf.
Any rare resources, forms, creatures?
We can't expect such detailed data, sir. Not from this distance.
Yes, we would have to explore the surface.
Astrogator, what exactly are we looking for?
The value of this planet. For now, it may seem like the pinnacle of nonsense, but I assure you that Regis 3 is not without worth.
With all due respect, Astrogator, I have the impression you're not telling us everything.
As always, Dr. Koval, your instincts are correct. Please forgive my reticence. My goal was to maintain unimpeded research neutrality. There is indeed a very important factor of interest in this planet. The Alliance.
The Alliance?
The Alliance?
Correct.
What do they have to do with it?
Well, they've sent their most powerful unit here.
But to our best knowledge, Condor's traversing a distant quadrant.
Well, I'm not talking about the Condor.
So, the Invincible?
Good guess, Doctor. A steel behemoth with the power to produce billions of kilowatts in a split second, converting it into energy fields that no material body can penetrate, concentrating it into destructive rays as hot as stars that can reduce a mountain range to dust or evaporate an ocean, together with its crew of almost 100 men, professionals that are neither better nor worse than us.
Well, I dare to say we're better trained, Astrogator. They are, however, unquestionable masters of propaganda.
I know that some accomplishments they brag about are very much far-fetched, but the capabilities of the Invincible are not subject to doubt. And we as the scientific body should sever ourselves from the emotional and symbolic facade. In other words, we cannot ignore facts just because we don't like them, Mr. Koval.
All right, but where do we stand in all this, together with our, may I say, not quite as numerous staff?
Despite our modest forces, we still have a chance to gain a critical advantage over the Alliance, while avoiding confrontation.
Okay, and how would we do that?
Simple. We leave this planet before the Invincible arrives here.
Which is when, exactly?
Well, they're still far away.
Astrogator, please, how much time do we have to conduct safe research?
13 days.
There's no time to lose, then.
I appreciate your eagerness, Koval. Dr. Krauter, do we need full gear?
Definitely. Also, I caution you against taking off your helmets for a prolonged duration. This amount of methane is not neutral. Breathing the local atmosphere will lead to saturation drop, and you may start showing symptoms of mild brain damage, feel stupefied.
I already have that.
But don't worry.
It's a joke.
For an hour or even a couple of hours.
I see. Dr. Gorski, will you program Artie to collect samples?
Of course.
Marrett, Krauter, please prepare for the surface. Koval, you two. You're leaving early in the morning.
And what about me?
You're staying on board, Doctor.
But Astrogator...
This is not up for debate. I need you here. As you well know, there's not much work to do for a biologist on Regis 3, if any.
Well, if I was ordered to stay, what the hell am I doing here?
Isn't this lovely? I think it's great. You know, it's just like watching an interactive movie. That's how I view it as. It just looks beautiful too.
Oh, thank goodness. Not everyone's in the field. This is Dr. Yasna reporting. Do you copy? I'm entering the campgrounds. Is anyone out there? Androbot. Androbot, guide me to the nearest crew member. Androbot, guide 2 people. Androbot, locate human. Damn! Hey! Anybody out there? It's Dr. Yasna! Krauter was correct. Life on Regis hasn't left the water. Koval also. He said something about it.
Dragonfly, come in.
Hello, Regis. Dragonfly here. Dr. Yasna at the radio.
Novik? Is his leg still bothering him?
Yes. He's been resting in his quarters.
We're setting up on the shoreline. It's late, but we still have time to examine the ocean floor. Gorski is preparing the probe for launch. We'll start research soon. Oh, one more thing, Yasna.
Yes?
It's beautiful here. The ocean, wind, sand. My suit is pinching and cramping just at the mere sight.
Should I include this in my reports?
I'm serious. I don't know about you, but over the years I've learned to hate the void. We do everything to go further, see more, take mankind one step closer to omnipotence, and then we can't even take a walk on land. As if enjoying everything that's around us was almost a...
I understand how you feel, Koval. After all these years, I miss home too.
Is it that obvious? I come across as, well, erudite, but at the end of the day, it's simple longing that speaks through me.
Well, a little obvious.
We have to examine the composition of the ocean water.
Collect the mineral samples.
Yes,
Koval,
that's right.
where are you
Do wanna do
going?
the honors?
Over.
Gladly. For a little, a quick wreck.
Probe in the water. I'm switching to manual.
I'm gonna take a look around.
A recce?
Distance.
More like a
100.
quick sickie.
Am I hearing this correctly? 300. Are you going to smoke, Butler?
No, not at all. I'm staying dutifully at my station.
500. Damn me. Am I seeing this right? Dr. Krauter, would you please have a look here? Of course. Just a second. It's like a school of fish.
This is life. What are they doing?
They're moving away from us.
From us? We're talking about an artificial robotic gizmo.
Right from the probe. As soon as I swim it closer to them, do you see what happens?
Is this normal, Yasna? What do you think?
It's hard to speak of normality here, but Animals are usually not afraid of equipment, or anything they haven't seen before.
Are you saying they've already seen probes?
I've no idea, but their behavior suggests some sort of defense mechanism. Catch at least one for examination. Then I'll be able to say more.
Come here. One more time. Got it. What did you do? I had to electrocute it. Wouldn't have caught it otherwise. I'm taking the specimen ashore.
That's a fine one. There'll be plenty to dissect, Yasna.
Man, I like this so much. Like, it was interesting where they just show the perspective of you in the space station, and then the storytelling is done through the voice acting, obviously, but just you looking at the monitor and seeing the dots move around.
Dr. Gorski, have you made changes to the Androbot's algorithms without telling anyone? Again? Oh, well. Never mind. Hello? Anyone here? Marit! It's Yasna! I came for you! Dr. Krauter, didn't you hear me earlier? Doctor, is everything all right? Doctor, please, look at me. I report that I've located Dr. Krauter. He's in bad shape. I'm gonna examine him now. Temperature normal. Pulse 2. O2 saturation is fine. There's nothing physically wrong with the doctor. His pupils respond properly. Look at my finger. No delay in reactions. Excuse me.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Astrogator.
Finally. I've been listening to you for 2 hours now.
My receiver is dead.
No need to explain yourself, Doctor. I know everything. The transmitter was still working, so I heard your reports. You didn't have it easy.
Wait, please. I need to reconnect. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Copy you, Doctor. Loud and clear. Do I understand correctly that the Doctor's life is not in imminent danger?
That's my initial diagnosis, yes.
Yet no response to verbal communication.
None.
Conclusions, Doctor? Do you have any idea what's wrong with him?
Both mental illness and serious bodily injury could contribute to this condition. However, he wasn't suffering from any disorders. There's nothing wrong with him physically. Epileptic seizure and chronic diseases can also be ruled out.
So what? He's just fine?
On the contrary, something is very wrong with him, and I can't figure out what. Which is even more worrying.
I'll prepare the infirmary. But first things first, Lander. We need to get you all on board.
Couldn't we just evacuate him right away?
If it were that easy, I would have sent the hopper long ago. Please look for the mission log. It should include crucial data about the crew's activities. We have 3 more people to find, and you still need to designate a place for the landing.
It's not a mission log, but it will do. Dr. Krauter kept records. Meticulous as always.
What's in there?
Dr. Gorski has moved away from the research sector to the west.
Ah, that's right. He followed those deposits of metal.
The most important thing is probably the landing coordinates. BA 2316.
Noting. 316. Excellent. I'm uploading the data. Starting calibration. Are you looking for the detector?
Yeah, just a sec. Got it.
Please make sure it works.
I don't understand why it wouldn't. It's a rather reliable piece of equipment.
Like everything around that's already broke.
Okay, checked. I'm leaving the tent.
All right, now for the robot.
It's unresponsive.
Yes, I know. I'm currently trying to establish connection.
Can I help somehow?
You must look for the others, Doctor. I'll take care of this myself. Get the tin head back on its feet remotely. And secure Krauter. I have everything I need. Just...
Is something wrong with the connection, sir?
It's not working. I'm not sure why. There's a relay transmitter in the camp, so the signal should be strong enough.
A relay? Huh.
Yasna? What are you up to?
One sec. I'm looking for it.
Yeah, how is everything
What
breaking?
about the rest of the crew? You're gonna make them wait?
If the androbot isn't working properly, I can't just leave Krauter like this. He might hurt himself.
Fine. Proceed as you deem fit.
Oh. Okay. Oh, over there. I'm kind of skipping to the next step.
I've got bad news. Our signal is far too weak to restart the androbot.
The relay malfunction?
Not exactly. It's completely fried. I don't think a sandstorm could cause such damage.
Well, that's irrelevant now, Doctor. There must be a spare somewhere in the camp. Please search for it.
No luck. They're not in here. Not here either. I have the extra relay.
Excellent. The signal should be back as soon as it's turned on.
I think it's so cool. Yeah.
Very good. I'm connected.
Is it gonna work?
We'll see. I rebooted the systems, and that should help.
Exterminate.
Good. Receiving instructions.
Ugh. I don't know if the androbot should already be doing something.
Is it still frozen?
Yes, unfortunately.
The positronic brain has correct readings. Receptors.
It worked. He moved.
Finally. Artie should be walking now. Does he? His positional data hasn't changed.
Well, you can see that he really wants to go, but still can't. Please check his legs.
Could be the servo motor. Ah, that's it. Gotcha, you tin bastard. Yeah, thank you, Doctor. I won't hold you any longer. Go find the others while I finish here. That's an order.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna call it here. So from this point on, you can have multiple objectives. You can go to these different areas. You're gonna find the crewmates and then bring them back to the lander, and then you continue on. And there's a sense of mystery because you find these alien structures and you're like, what is this? This doesn't feel like it's organically formed. It feels like it was made by an alien civilization. And there's also like a hint of like, is the astrogator like is he a bad guy? Like something going on, you know? I don't know what the case is, but you just kind of get the feeling that something is a little off here. Like, why was he so adamant about coming here? Why are all these things going wrong? Anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. Hopefully that gave you guys an idea what the game is like. Again, it's essentially a walking sim.
What now?
I like how the game looks. I love space. I love the voice acting. I like the dialogue because they use kind of words that are no longer used in the English vocabulary, at least for the United States. I really don't hear anyone using words like that anymore, so it was nice to kind of hear, I get a sense of something that came from an older time. The game is the Invincible. It's out now for $30. We can find the publisher. Developed by Star Wars Industries and published by 11-Bit Studios. I've been noticing 11-Bit Studios is kind of publishing more artsy games. Anyways, yeah, but I enjoyed it. Hopefully this gave you guys an idea what the game is like, and hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. I'm digging it's not gonna be for everyone, but if you like slow sci-fi, if you wanted a story, this is essentially.
Oh, there's no time.
Thank you for telling me to keep going. But it's essentially a interactive movie, you know. I really like it. I think there's untapped potential here for games to be a cheaper way to make a movie where, you know, it's cheaper to hire voice actors. It's still very expensive, but it's cheaper than hiring like a, you know, at least one of the bigger actors, right? There's so many talented voice actors there, and you know, it's cheaper than going to different locations, you know, filming there, making an entire set. Like, this is way cheaper, so I feel like something untapped here where you can explore new narratives in the world of video games. Anyways, that's gonna be it. As always, hope you guys are staying safe and sane out there, and I'll catch you guys next time.